na, diba, Secretary Toledo? Nag-umpisa na ang budget call for 2027. So, I'm expecting babalik ang flood control sa 2027 budget. Diba? So, anong reforms ang ginagawa ninyo para ma-assure kami dito na pag bumalik yung flood control projects, hindi na maulit na ni coordinates, hindi na susundan. Ni coordinates kasi basic yun Diba? And in this 2026 budget, and I think DPWH, meron ng mga station numbers tayo linagay, diba? Lahat ng project. But ngayon, dahil nga sinasabi nyo pwedeng mag-move yung coordinates at station numbers, medyo nag-aalangan ako na kahit ilagay natin sa GA, in actual, iba naman yung lalabas. Ang problema doon is validation. Kaya naririnig ko kanina na out of the 420 plus projects, 14 lang pala yung actual na ghost project because nailipat yung actual coordinates. So how do we prevent something like that to happen again in 2027? Dahil ang gusto natin, pag print na sa libro, yun na talaga. Kasi yun naman yung guidelines Nakasulat doon, shovel ready. May feasibility study, may work program. At para magawa mo yung work program, dapat meron kang actual survey. Di ba?
Tama po, Mr. Chair, no? Babalik po talaga tayo sa proper planning. Kapag po kasi yung proyekto ay naplano na maayos, dumaan po sa tamang proseso, meron ka ng mga recommendations from in this case po, yung ating mga panel of experts na for the master plan ng flood control. Dapat po, kung ano po yung inyong pinlano, ano po inyong sinubmit sa central office for NEP, yun na po talaga yung sundin. No? I guess yung dati po, baka po yan sa kakulangan ng pagplano, kaya po para na lang may habol yung proyekto, gagawa ng coordinates, pagdating sa baba, iba pala yung actual, re-remedyohan na lang po. So it comes down to proper planning and proper implementation po, Mr. Chair.
So ibig sabihin yung coordinates, kahit na hindi pa yun yung actual projects, ginagawa na lang for the sake na may malagay sa budget?
Posible po, Mr. Chair. Posible po.
Hindi naman pwede yun dahil kung ganun, hindi based on need yun ating budget. Diba? Parang dinodoktor lang yung coordinates para malagyan lang ng pondo. Tama?
Posible po, Mr. Chair.
At yan naman yung aking gustong i-flag sa DBM because last year when we had our DBCC hearing, hindi katanggap-tanggap yung sinagot ni former Secretary Pangandaman na sinusubo na lang sa kanilang DPWH tapos ilalagay sa NEP. So ang DBM being the gatekeeper of our budget, kung isusubo sa inyo basura, bibigay nyo rin sa amin basura. So, ang tanong ko, first sa DPWH, you said may reforms. Ano itong mga reforms na ginagawa ninyo? At how will this translate to the itong consolidation ng DBM na ginagawa? And maybe si Secretary Toledo can answer to that. No? So para hindi ang punto ko lang naman, we're trying to avoid what happened in the past. At in-expect ko kasi babalik ang flood control projects this 2027, di ba? So, notorious ngayon na gumagalaw pala yung coordinates. Yung iba, hindi pa kompleto yung description. So, anong reforms ang ginagawa ng DPWH?
Yes, Mr. Chair. No? Ngayon po, meron po kami dinidevelop na app. No? Ito na po yung unified application wherein the coordinates from the planning stage and the coordinates for the actual ay isang mapa na lang po yung ginagamit. Unlike po ngayon nangyari before, ito pong MIPS na coordinates mo, pagdating po ng PCMA, mayroon ka pong bagong coordinates for the actual, hindi na po sila nag-uusap, hindi na po nababago yung coordinates sa MIPS kahit po iba yung pinaglagyan mo. So what we are developing now is a unified map kung saan po pinlat yung sa planning mo, doon na rin po lalabas ngayon yung actual. And we can see already from just looking at it, whether may overlap, whether umurong, and the reasons therefore, Sir Chair.
That will be submitted to DBM. Tama? Kasi para sila magko-consolidate sa NEP Correct?
Yung app po na yun, it will be open to all. For viewing din po siya, no? Transparent po siya. Pero yun pong coordinates na yun, ang ating pong gusto mangyari, isa na lang nga po. Unless, except for legitimate reasons, justifiable reasons kung bakit po uurong yung coordinates.
Oo nga, but in the project description, kasama na doon.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
That will be submitted to DBM.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And to Secretary Toledo, what reforms is DBM undertaking? Kasi last time hindi maganda yung sagot eh. No? And kaya tayo nandito ngayon. No? Because sinubo sa inyo, kung ano man yung sinubo sa inyo, kaya tayo nandito sa problemang ito.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, good afternoon. So, yes, true that we have already released the budget call for 2027, that is NBM 156. Yes, the reforms that we want to implement for 2027 budget preparation is, one is very important, Mr. Chair, is to have this RDC approval of the projects that should be implemented at the regional level. So, dapat may confirmation and even endorsement from the RDC. Okay. Second is for infrastructure agencies, Tier 1 must already be supported by a list of projects. Okay. Kailangan may listahan na po tayo ng projects as far as the Tier 1 and Tier 2. Now, failure to comply with that submission of complete and accurate set of what we call the BP forms, yung project profile and supporting documents, it will now be, of course, automatically limited to budgetary requirements or allocation for Tier 1s. As a matter of fact, Mr. Chair, initial meeting already discussed with the DPWH on what are the reforms to be undertaken. Nag-usap na po kami, and these are some of the initiatives that we've been implementing for this 2027 budget preparation.
In other words, how do you now evaluate whether a project is shovel-ready? Because nasa circular nyo ito many years na dapat shovel-ready siya, dapat implementation-ready siya, pero hindi naman ganun ang nangyayari. No, because pinapalitan pa nila on the ground eh. Now, how can it be implementation ready if you can change yung pinaka-basic niya, location where to construct that project?
Okay. So with that, Mr. Chair, we'll be strict in that area wherein dapat yung listahan nila hindi nagbabago. And as I mentioned, it should be endorsed by the RDC. Kasi sa RDC po, may prosesong ginagawa po doon that including the civil society organization, may partner po tayo, even the local government units, and even the regional offices of the different departments have this member of the RDC. So yan po yung atin to be strictly implemented as far as the submission of the requirements and not just filling up of the forms but compliance to the form, particularly on the RDC endorsement, at the same time yung CSO endorsement also, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Secretary Toledo, kindly educate us. Kasi pag kinakausap namin yung mga governors who also compose the RDC, di ba?
Yes.
Off yung timing, yung budget call nauna kaysa doon sa submission ng regional development plan. So how would you synchronize? Kung tapos na yung budget call, wala pa yung RDC, how can you rely on the RDC plans, regional development plans, kung late sila nagsasubmit and they're not even ahead of the budget call? Kasi yung budget call starts from January to March or April. March, di ba? Pero yung RDC, natatapos sila mga August, September, minsan October.
Okay na lang yun.
So how can you rely now on the input or output ng mga regional development councils kung nauna kayo?
Okay. Mr. Chair, based sa bawat budget call po, may naka-indicative budget preparation calendar po doon. And nakalagay po doon, right now we issue January, we issue the budget call. Ang nakalagay po dito, may nakalagay po tayong mga coordination na ginagawa in terms of sa mga ating RDC, which basically, under this calendar, indicative lang po, February ang nangyayari po yung RDC coordination po. So, nandun pa rin po siya sa
Yes,
sa
pero wala pa
indicative
silang
ceiling.
final regional development plans in February.
It should have been,
Indicative lang.
yes, Mr. Chair. But syempre po, we have to include that already at dapat makonsider na po yan. Kasi if ever, madidelay po tayo ng pagsambit ng ating budget.
My point is, isynchronize ninyo.
Yes.
Dapat final yung regional development plans based on the submissions of the provincial, city, municipal, even barangay development plans, i-consolidate, pero that should come ahead of the budget call.
Mr.
Diba?
Chair, interjection po on this
Yeah,
point.
hintayin ko lang muna sagot.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Di ba dapat ganon?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Because as early as first quarter po, we already issued this one, or January, since it's early January, kaya alam na rin po nila yung supposed to be the process, Mr. Chair.
Ko pa rin makuha na hindi sila synchronized. Sabi nyo, magre-rely kayo sa RDC submission. Anong re-relyan nyo kung hindi pa sila tapos? Sa regional development plans. I'm all for that, kasi ito yung lagi yung pinilaban na dapat may consultation sa mga local development councils.
Yeah. Yeah. Mr. Chair, ang RDC process naman or yung pagpaplano, it will not start naman right after or once we issue the budget call. Dapat ginagawa na po yan even before the issuance of the budget call. So we're just saying that the consultation or the Regional Development Council consultation should have been done in February during the budget preparation
Exactly
cycle.
my point. Alam nyo, para hindi rin magulo, kasi yung mga congressmen, district representatives, they are represented even in the barangay development councils.
Yeah.
More so sa city, municipal, and provincial.
Okay.
They can attend eh. Doon sila makipagbakbakan ano ba yung tulay sa district nila na gusto nila ipagawa.
Okay.
Para pagpasok sa NEP, pagdating ng budget call, naka-incorporate na. Ang trabaho nila ngayon, pagdating sa Congress, bantayan yung kanilang yung
Endorse.
projects na naka-incorporate sa kanilang local development plans, di ba?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Kaya nagkakaroon ng mga
Yeah.
insertions na walang consultation sa mga agencies implementing. Kasi nga, hindi kasali yung kanilang mga projects eh.
Okay, Mr. Chair. Yes, noted that on Mr.
Yeah.
Chair. We will also coordinate with the DepDep because they are the secretary
Correct.
of the RDC, Mr.
Correct.
Chair.
Thank you.
As far as planning is concerned. Thank you.
Thank you very much,
Mr.
Senator
Chair.
Risa.
Salamat, Mr. Chair. Regarding dun sa synchronization,